Hi and welcome back to the dead ball area. This week we're going to look at the Blitz Bokke win in the 2017 Dubai Sevens final. Now, with the World Series about to kick off in Dubai, I thought it would be interesting to go back and look at the Blitz Bokke win against New Zealand and how they were able to dominate the final with a blistering first half performance that closed their opponents out within minutes of the game starting. We'll start right at the beginning. The kick-off is one of the most important parts of Sevens, and South Africa put a huge emphasis on getting this part of the game right. New Zealand are set up in a fairly standard receipt formation, 3 units spread across the pitch, a left pod, a middle pod, both highlighted, and then a wide unit who are covering the vast majority of the pitch. These 2 far pods are in a lifting formation to defend against the box attempting to regather in the air. Now, in behind the 2 far pods we have a sweeper who will generally look to come forward and help whichever pod receives the ball. They can take the wide pass and create a link between the pods and this wider 2-man unit, or they can defend the midfield. Now, we can also see South Africa have a standard chase formation, a 4-man team flooding the far 15-metre channel. In Sevens, the 2 middlemen will compete in and around the ball. The wider man will generally try to go past the ball, hoping to field a miscatch. And the inside man of the 4 will tend to come up at a slightly slower pace, ready to field a miscatch or flood through and pressure the first receiver. However, South Africa's kick-off strategy is to drop the ball into this area behind the 2 pods, forcing them to turn and bringing the sweeper forward. The aim is to cause miscommunication between the 2 pods and the sweeper and try and put them under pressure. And as we can see here, South Africa do not challenge for the ball. Smith instead applies pressure on the catcher and New Zealand commit more players to the breakdown than they'd like. As the ruck is set, we can see that South Africa have worked hard to get connected and have a good defensive lineman ready to jump forward. It's also worth noticing how South Africa don't set the defence right on the rear of the ruck. Instead, they work hard to get connected and have a good defensive alignment. This half a yard or so gives them the opportunity to jam back towards the ruck should New Zealand attack the fringe, with the added bonus of showing the ref and linesman they were on side. And as the ball comes out, South Africa's aggressiveness gets them up off the line very quickly. They eat up all of this positive space from New Zealand. We also see some really poor play from New Zealand, whose passing is poor and further adds to South Africa's ability to advance as they just transfer the ball laterally. And by the time New Zealand engage the South African defence, we can see they've made a good 15 metres or so. Now let's have a look at the breakdown. And here we see some really intelligent, if possibly illegal play by Hock. New Zealand favoured a squeeze ball at rucks, and Hock, knowing this, latches on top, using his full body weight to pin Ware down and a ball under him, stopping him releasing or getting back to his feet, and this results in a penalty for South Africa. It's intelligent streetwise play by South Africa, who, knowing the margins are much smaller in Sevens, continually use New Zealand's own ball retention tactics against them to draw out a penalty. From the penalty, South Africa go quickly and a panicked Ravouvou comes in trying desperately to close the door and makes a dangerous high tackle. It's actually a good read from him, but with poor execution. And while it's easy to put the yellow card down to bad luck, if we track back, we can see the outcome is a direct result of South Africa being clinical at each stage of the kick-off process, resulting in relentless pressure and 2 New Zealand mistakes that have a devastating impact on the game. From the penalty, South Africa run a one-pass wrap-style move, which, while complicated, doesn't really do much other than drag the defence across the field, tracking the ball. And Smith, realising he's becoming isolated and that New Zealand have slightly overchased, uses his explosive strength to accelerate back and attack that drifting defender, powering through to within inches of the line. New Zealand are desperate to do something and come in from the side, and Dixon is picked, from which South Africa tap and go and Snyman crashes over for the opening try. That's 50 seconds gone and South Africa have been relentless, resulting in this try. If intensity is a key trait in South Africa's play, consistency is their delivery method. And in the next video, we'll see a similar pattern emerge over the course of the first half, closing the game off for New Zealand before it's even begun. And that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave comments and or questions below, or to hit us up on Facebook and Twitter. Lastly, please subscribe to the channel to stay up and date with all our videos.